welcome back to another video here with Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. In today's video, you guys, we are going to take a regular Walmart pen and gear one subject notebook. Okay, I walked right into Walmart, picked this up for, I don't even know how much. How much are these? $1.50? I'm not even sure, but they're really inexpensive, okay? I walked right into Walmart, picked up a handful of these, and we're going to turn it from this to this, okay? So we're going to be replacing the cover completely. So we're going to take this purple cover off and replace it with this cover, this new cover, while still keeping the same spiral binding, okay? And as you can see, it's glossy. You guys, I absolutely love this. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, we are going to be sublimating this as well. I will be going over all of my materials within the video. We are going to start in Canva. We're going to design this cover together in Canva, and then we're going to download it. We're going to cut it from, we're going to print it from Silhouette Studio on A-Sub paper, and then we are going to cut out our template in Cricut Design Space. Okay, so that's what we're doing today, guys. Definitely go ahead and stick around for that. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started in Canva here. I'm going to show you guys how to make a cover design. This is the one I'm going to be using, but I'm going to do it from scratch so that you guys can see how to do it. So we're going to go up to create a design, and then we are going to go to custom size. Now your home screen may look a little bit different from mine, but that's okay. Just make sure that you're going to create a design and you're typing in your own custom sizes. You want to make sure you change your units from pixels to inches. And I'm going to make this an 8x11. Now the pen and gear one subject notebooks from Walmart do say on the front that they're 8x10.5. However, I did one of these already for TikTok and for Instagram. And when I printed it at 8x10.5, it was just a little too short. So I'm going to go 8x11. And then I'm going to click create a new design. And this is going to give me a blank canvas here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to photos, and what I typed in nude aesthetic, but this is what I used here. So I typed in nude aesthetic in the search bar, and I selected this one here. I did use this background before in my last video, and basically what I wanted was something similar to this, but not exactly like this. I wanted, typically, like when you click on an image, it'll give you the magic recommendations. Mine isn't doing it for some reason right now, but I'm going to go up to recently used, and I'm going to use this pink one here. So before I used this kind of chocolate and beige color, but this time I'm going to use this chocolate and kind of beige and pink color. So now that I have, this is going to be my background image. I'm just going to right click this. And right here where it says set image as background, I'm going to click that, and it's going to make this image as my background. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is go to elements. And I typed in full body Black women. And then I went to graphics, and I went to see all. And then I was just kind of scrolling to try to find something that I liked. But I did create another kind of, I use this here to kind of create, add more to my background. So in the last video I did like this, I used this one. But for this one, I'm going to use this one. And how I'm going to use it is I'm going to drag it. Because it's a little shorter, I'm going to have to use two of them. So I'm going to drag it to fit my screen. To fit my canvas. And then I'm going to go ahead and select duplicate. And I'm going to line the second one up right underneath it. So now I have two of them here. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the color. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to go up to this color swatch here. And then right under photo colors, I'm going to choose one of these photo colors to keep it cohesive. And I'm going to choose the pink color. Same with the bottom one. I'm also going to turn that the pink color as well. So now the pink, it's not going to look like it has anything on it, but all the other colors do. And then I'm going to change the transparency. So up here, this little checkerboard, that is how you bring down the transparency. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit, down to 70. Same with the bottom one. I'm going to bring the transparency down to 70. Okay, that's going to go ahead and complete my background. Now, under these same elements here, I did end up picking an image from here, which I believe was this one. And then I just kind of lined it up with the bottom and fit it to the screen. Now you want to keep in mind that you are going to have holes over here on the side of your image. So you don't want to take it all the way to the very, very edge. You want to make sure you're accounting for those holes there. And then there are 3 middle holes on the pinning gears as well. So you have the holes that are on the side where the binding goes, the spiral goes, and then you have 3 bigger holes kind of about here going all the way down. Okay, so you want to make sure you keep that in mind. Now for the text, I didn't go to a text box this time. I went over to, well, I went to the text tab, but instead of getting a text box, I went down here to these are called font combinations. And basically Canva takes some fonts and they put them together, add some effects here or there to kind of give you, like, these are just some recommendations of, you can change the color, you can change the words, but these are just some font combinations that they put together and with some effects that kind of look really good together. So I ended up choosing this one here because I liked this font that was in the word instant. So I'm going to select this font combination here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ungroup and I'm going to delete the word classic because I don't want that font. I wanted this font. And then I'm going to type in the words love yourself today. Okay, so everything with the font combinations are editable. The first thing I want to do is change the color of the font. So we're going to go up here to text color. And again, I'm going to go under photo colors to keep everything cohesive. And I'm going to choose this darker color so that you can see it and you can really read it. The next thing I want to do is I want to change the alignment of the text. I want it to be aligned on the left. So up here where it says alignment, if you hover over it, it says alignment. I'm going to push that and it's going to align it to the left. If you push it again, you can align it to the right, or you can align it in the center. But for this design, I want to do align to the left. And now the third thing I need to do is I need to create a little bit of space in between these words. They're on top of each other and I don't want that. So I'm going to go over here to spacing. When you have an up and down arrow with the 3 lines, that's your spacing. You can change your letter spacing or you can change your line spacing. And I'm going to bring that line spacing down. Okay, now again, you want to make sure that you're remembering we're going to have 3 holes here. One's going to be here, about here, about here, about here. So you want to keep that in mind when you're designing, okay? So I do want to have a little bit of an effect to this so that it just kind of makes the text pop a little more. I'm going to go up to effects. It does already have one on it, which was the lift effect. It's kind of like a drop shadow a little bit, but I'm going to add an outline. And then I'm going to change the color of the outline to this kind of pinky beigey color. I think it just kind of makes it stand out a little bit. Okay. That is about it for my design. I'm happy with this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm happy with this design. This is the one I want to go with. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I want to check to make sure that it's not covered on the holes. So I'm going to I have 2 templates that are available in my Etsy shop. One is going to be your cut file. One is going to be a drag and drop file where you can check to see if your cover is going to align properly with the holes, okay? So I'm going to bring in my template so that I can show you. Okay, if you purchase the templates from my Etsy shop, you're going to get, like I said, you're going to get two files. You're going to get this one, and then you're also going to get the template. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, you are going to get this one. This is going to be the cut file, and you're going to get this frame here. Now, the frame, you can't use the frame to cut unless you have like paper that's bigger. So you would have to use 11 by 17 glossy photo paper, not 8.5 by 11. I tried it. Cricut will not cut, and Siser Leonardo Design Studio will not cut it. If you're trying to cut an 8 by 11 piece of if you're trying to cut an 8 by 11 cover, you're going to have to print it on 11 by 17 paper, because they're going to say that the image is too big and it won't cut it on a 8.5 by 11 paper. Okay, so if you purchase the 11 by 17 glossy photo paper, which I believe there is some, it's just more expensive, then you can do a print and cut, and you can use this drag and drop one here. If you're trying to go, the more cost effective way and use the 8.5 by 11 paper, you're going to have to use the cut file and then sublimate on top of it. It's your preference, however you want to do it. But when you purchase these templates from me, you will get both the cut file, which I'm going to show you how to use, and you're going to get this drag and drop. Okay. I'm going to, for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how to drag and drop it into this template, because like I said, you see these holes here? I want to make sure that my design is going to align with these holes properly, and I'm not going to get anything covered by them. And the way that I'm going to check it to make sure is I'm going to go up to share. I'm going to go to download. I'm going to download just this first page here, which is my design. Now, when you get this template from me, it's gonna come up in a different section. So all you have to do is download it, bring it back into your uploads. So now you have it here in your uploads. Okay. Then you're gonna go to your template, and you're simply going to drag your image and drop it into your template. Now I can see that my image, I designed my image properly. These holes are not covering up any of the important parts of my design. So I'm happy with this, okay? So I'm happy with that. I would suggest checking your template before you print it, or checking your design before you print it, because I know it's nothing more annoying than you create a design, you go to print it, you go to cut it out, and you realize that the holes are in the middle of the word love. And that's super annoying, right? So that's just a way for you to check it before you download it, so that you don't waste any materials or anything like that. Hopefully that makes sense. So now what I'm going to do, I know that my template aligns with the holes properly. The design is going to look good. This is how it's going to look on my cover. I'm happy. So now I'm going to go up to share. I'm going to go to download. I'm going to toggle this all the way up. Now, somebody asked me in the last one, why am I changing the size? This is kind of changing the pixels. This is making sure that it's a 300 DPI, and that's going to give us the best resolution that Canva has available. So that's why I toggle that all the way up. And then we are going to download a PNG. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and select download. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and drag that onto my desktop. I'm going to close Cricut because I already had it open. I'm going to close it and reopen it so that you guys can see me do it from scratch, because I think I had my, I already had the cut like information up. So I want you to see it, see me do it from scratch. So you're going to open up, I'm going to use Cricut today. I'm using my Cricut Maker. You're gonna go to new projects. Okay, once you get Cricut Design Space opened, we're gonna go over to upload, and this is where you're going to cut out your template, which is going to be, I'm gonna be cutting it on the 8.5 by 11 glossy photo paper. Okay, and then I'm gonna sublimate on top of that. So I'm gonna go to upload, I'm gonna go to upload image, and then I'm gonna bring in my template, which is this one here. We're gonna go over to continue. We're gonna go to upload. And then this is the template here. And you do want to make sure it comes in the correct size. So we are going to change the width of this to 8, and then it automatically defaults to the height 10.5. Okay, so I'm going to leave this 8 by 10.5. We're going to go over to make. I'm not going to save it. I don't think I need to. And then I'm just going to adjust it on my mat because I don't like mine to be right on the edges there. So I'm just going to pull it off just a little bit. I am going to be using a 12 by 12 mat, and we are not going to mirror this. So I'm going to click continue. And like I said, I'm using my maker, my regular maker with the fine point blade, and I'm going to cut this on medium cardstock. I did use that already, and it did go ahead and cut all the way through. There was maybe like one hole that I kind of just had to push out, but other than that, it cut all the way through, and it was one pass. So I'm going to go to browse materials, and I'm just going to do medium cardstock, the 80 pound, and I'm going to click done. Like I said, I am going to use my fine point blade. I'm also going to go to Silhouette Studio. I'm gonna do that quickly. This is where I'm going to print from, okay? So in Silhouette Studio, I'm gonna bring in my image, which is the one that we just downloaded from Canva. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring this in. It's taking forever. Okay, there it is. So here's my image. It did come in too big, obviously, so I need to adjust the size. The width is going to be 8 inches. And the height, now remember I said I was going to make the height on this one a little bit longer because it was a little short the last time I did it. So I'm going to do 8 by 11. Okay. I'm actually going to be printing on 8.5 by 14 A-sub paper because that's what I have on hand right now. If you do 8.5 by 11 A-sub paper, you're going to be cutting it just a little close. So, you know, 8.5 by 14 may work just a little bit better because of how big this image is. Just my recommendation. You can do, obviously do what you want. I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you my print settings. I am going to be printing from my Epson EcoTank 8550, which has been converted to a sublimation printer. So I'm going to go over to print. And then these are my settings. We're going to do 8.5 by 14, borderless, portrait. I am actually going to switch this to premium presentation paper matte. Even though we are using, I could do photo paper. No, I'm going to do presentation matte because when you do the premium photo paper, sometimes it takes forever for the ink to dry. So I'm just going to stick with the premium presentation paper matte. The color is obviously going to be color. The quality is going to be on high. And then over in more options, I am going to turn bi-directional printing off, which is the fast printing. I'm going to turn that off. And then we are going to mirror the sublimation image. You are not going to mirror your cut template in Cricut Design Space. Okay. So I'm going to press OK. And these are my settings. So I'm going to go ahead and get this image printed out. I'm going to get I'll come back and I'll cut with you guys on my Cricut machine. So I'll get all my supplies together. We'll come back and we'll finish the project together. All right, guys, so here is my paper here, and I just got it on a standard grit mat. This is the photo paper. I will show you the brand in 1 second. You guys, I got both the notebook and the paper from Walmart. I walked into Walmart and I picked it up. Now, of course, I will leave it linked for those who may not live by a Walmart, but yeah, I just walked into Walmart and grabbed them. So, like I said, I'm going to cut this on medium cardstock, the 80 pound, the default pressure. Super quick, super simple, and it's only going to take one pass. Now, while that's cutting, you guys, this is the photo paper that I'm using. It's the glossy photo paper. It's by Pen & Gear as well. You get 50 sheets, and this was maybe like $6 at Walmart for all 50 of these, so it's a pretty good price. Like I said, I will try to make sure I leave a link for these down below, either to Walmart or to Amazon, whichever one I see that's cheaper. Or you can walk into Walmart and pick these up, okay? Pick this up. And then this is the notebook. So it is literally just a regular Pen & Gear one subject notebook. We're gonna take this cover off and replace it with the new one that we are printing out. And this is my print, and I just used 8.5 by 14 A-sub paper. And again, I get that from Amazon. I will leave a link for this as well. But that looks absolutely amazing. Okay, absolutely amazing. So this is about done. You do want to make sure that your mat is sticky enough to hold the paper down, because it does have to cut all 42 holes. And you don't want your paper lifting while it's cutting. So you do want to make sure that your paper is, your mat is nice and sticky. So now that is finished. This is the edge. Came right off, so it cut through perfect. And then I'm going to remove, because I don't want it to fold up, I'm going to remove the mat from the paper, because I don't want it to fold or curl up on me. And then there it is. Now you see there's just a couple little holes, but they punch literally with my nail. They come right out. So it's just 3 little dots. And we're going to sublimate on top of this. Okay? Okay. So let's go over to the heat press. First thing I need to do is put down some butcher paper. Alright, we're going to put down some butcher paper. And then I'm going to take my print. My heat press is set to 400 degrees. And then I'm going to lay my print down first. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up. Then I'm going to grab both of them and flip it over. And then we'll go ahead and tape this down to the butcher paper. And then I'm going to cover it with another piece of butcher paper. And then I'm going to press this for 400 degrees for 45 seconds. I'm also going to let it cool before I peel it so I don't get any ghosting. So when it's done pressing and it's cooled off, I will come back and we'll peel it together and put the notebook together. Okay, so while our sublimation print is cooling off, the first thing we have to do in order to be able to put it together is we have to take this original cover, we have to take this off. Now, I want to keep obviously the same coil. So there's a piece here on the notebook. Hopefully you guys can see it. That's kind of curved around. It's on the top and the bottom. We're going to cut this piece right here. I got some really kind of thick scissors. A lot of people ask me about these. I will leave a link down below. I got them from Amazon, or you can get some wire cutters, whatever you have on hand. But I'm going to cut right through that little wire piece on the top, on the bottom, and the top. Okay. And now that I've cut it, simply all you're going to do is spin it. You see how it's coming out? You're just going to keep spinning, spinning, spinning until it's all the way out. You want to make sure you're holding your notebook, holding your pages together. You don't want them to fall everywhere. But we're just spinning the spiral right on out. And those little pieces that we cut, they're going to fall right off. You can toss those. Okay? Here's our coil. Here's our notebook. We're going to set that off to the side. This, you can keep it if you need it for scrap, or you can toss it. But that's what we're replacing. Okay? So now, I think our print is nice and cooled off. So we can go ahead and peel this. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. You guys, look at that. And we got all the edges, so there's no white on any of the edges. That looks so good. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put this right on top of here. You just want to make sure all the holes line up, which they do. And then you are going to take your coil. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. Do the coil, and you're going to put it right through the hole. And then the same thing. You are going to spin this back on. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the camera while also trying to see it. Okay, come on, huh? There we go. And you're just gonna spin it right back on. Making sure all of your pages stay aligned. I'm sorry if you guys can't see. Sometimes y'all trying to record what we're doing and do it right can get a little tricky sometimes. But we're just spinning this the same way we spinned it off. We're spinning it back on. Spin, spin, spin. This is literally a project that you can do by just buying you need three materials. Well, assuming you already have your sublimation materials. The glossy paper, the wire cutters or the scissors, and the notebook. And there you go. Now, y'all, I don't have, so all I have is these pliers at the office. If you have the little skinny ones that are like pointier, that would be way better. I don't have those on hand right now. But get the pliers that are like pointy, okay? And you're basically just going to take these edges here that are now sharp because we cut them. You're just going to take those and bend them in, kind of like bend them around that was kind of like how it was before you cut it. You just want to bend them out of the way so that they're not sharp. And again, use the right pliers. My pliers are not that very good. And that is it. Okay. Okay. Come on, notebook. And that's it. That is all I have for this tutorial, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you guys try it out. I would love to see it if you guys do. If you guys try this out, join my Facebook group and post your projects there so that I can see them. I really do enjoy when you guys say, Angel, I tried it out and it looks so great. I want to see. So post in my Facebook group your finished projects. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time. Bye.